This story is called The Selfish Giant. Long ago, in a village, stood a magnificent castle. The castle was surrounded by a beautiful garden, which had lovely trees and fragrant flowers all around. The castle belonged to a giant who was away visiting his friend from the nearby village. Children from the nearby houses came daily to play in the garden. They enjoyed their time playing and secretly wished that the owner of the garden never returned. However, one day the giant came back, stomping his feet with a loud thud. When the giant saw the children playing in his garden, he became very angry and built a huge wall all around it. He also put a notice board which said that trespassers will be punished. The children were sad and wished that the giant had never returned. Then came spring and beautiful flowers bloomed everywhere, but it was still winter in the selfish giant's garden. The trees and flowers had forgotten to blossom, and the birds were in no mood to sing. The wind blew around strongly, creating a havoc in the once beautiful garden. One day the giant heard lovely music while lying on his bed. He thought that it must be some of the king's musicians who were passing by the garden. However, as the giant looked out of the window, he saw that few children had entered the garden through a small hole in the wall. Children were on every tree, moving around joyfully. However, in a corner of the garden, there was a little boy who could not reach the branch of a tree. The giant picked the boy up and placed him on the branch. The boy hugged the giant and kissed him. The giant felt guilty about his selfish behavior and was very sorry for what he had done. I should have let the children play in my garden, he thought to himself. He then announced, "From now on, the garden will be children's playground forever and ever." And he knocked down the walls of the garden. From that day, the children happily played in the garden, and the giant happily watched them from his castle's window. The end.